Let us now introduce our contestant number 1, Mr. Siu Chun Kit. Please come onto the stage.
The title of his speech is Lai Si, a twist on tradition. You now have 3 minutes. You may begin after the bell rings.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. Chinese New Year has come and gone. Everyone here, I'm sure, had the chance of either giving or receiving a Lai Si. Now, how can we do this again next year without producing any needless wastage? That's the question. According to Hong Kong statistics, every year 1,080,000,000 red packets are given and therefore received every Chinese New Year. It's 9,000 trees. 9,000 trees. We all like the tradition of Lai Si, don't we? However, we need to think about what we can do now to stop any red packet wastage in this festival. What can I do, a youngster who just received red packets? Well, every year I get the red packets and take the precious money out. But instead of throwing them away in the bin, I could put them away in a drawer and next year make a hanging fish lantern or a penance banner or red and gold confetti. What can adults like my mom and dad do? Now they buy fresh, crisp packets. What I propose to adults to reduce by keeping the red packets that their children have received so they can reuse it the following year. That might mean children will receive red packets with the Year of the Rabbit symbol in the Year of the Dragon. They won't mind. Also, adults tend to give 2 red packets, which is a symbol of prosperity, happiness, and infinite luck. What I suggest is that couples put 2 bills in 1 red packet. Imagine, this will reduce the amount of trees to 4,500. Traditionally, we visit, we give, we receive, we throw away, and we waste. In future, why not bring an electronic Lai Si? In Macau, a neighboring Chinese enclave, many banks like the Bank of China are issuing electronic Lai Si. This concept involves a card that's usable at most shops. Adults give it to kids like me, and we can spend it. What I'm trying to say is, we should put a twist on what we're all doing now. That way, we can keep it alive for the long run. Isn't that what we all want? Okay.
Thank you for your speech. Ms. Farino will now ask you a question relating to your speech. The bell will ring right after the question has been asked, and you'll have 1 minute to respond to the question. Ms. Farino, please.
Thank you. I really liked your suggestions and recommendations on recycling Lai Si. I think they were incredible ideas. If you were to advise the chief executive on how to institutionalize these measures, what would you advise him on what to do to reduce waste?
Excuse me, may you repeat the question again,
Yes.
actually?
You have very good ideas on recycling Lai Sis. If the chief executive were to ask you for advice, what would you tell him? How could he, if he asked you, tell me how we can reduce waste as a Hong Kong youth, what would you tell him?
Thank you for your question. If the chief executive were to ask me, I would tell the chief executive, why not produce a program to educate our next generation about Lai Si wastage? As everyone knows, we're trying to keep this tradition for the next generation. So if we had a program to educate the next generation, we could probably keep it alive for the next century or maybe generations on and on. Also, we could have some programs about educating people on how to make use of Lai Si, like, as I said, making lanterns or confetti. maybe they would have some creative ideas to advise the government. So that's what I will tell the chief executive if you were to ask me.
Thank you. A second question will now be asked by Ms. Trotter. Again, the bell will ring right after the question, and you may then respond to the question. Ms. Trotter, please.
Thank you, Chun-kit. Last year, the song Gangnam Style, sung by Psy in Korean, became a worldwide hit and was known to people of all age groups and cultures. How would you explain this success, and do you think a canto pop song has the same possibility to cross borders and generations?
Thank you for your question. As everyone knows, Gangnam Style is a very popular, and everyone knows the move this one. And it has been very popular around the world. What I believe is that canto pop can also do the same thing, as it is Gangnam Style was just a normal song in Korea until it was very trendy around the teenagers, and that's how it spread across the world. If Hong Kong actors or singers can do the same thing, maybe it will have the same effects like Gangnam Style. Actually, this person isn't actually a very important person. He's just a normal guy, same as us. We're just normal people, human beings. That is why I believe that if PSY can do it, so can we, people of the world.
Thank you. Thank you. Please take a seat.